Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for SAT. We have been solving SAT grammar questions out of this book here, the official SAT study guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problems that we are about to solve are the ones that you will find on page number 721. Please turn to it. It's 721 and today is our lesson number 29. There are 18 of these questions in a series of 18 questions, beginning with problem number 12 and ending with number 29. The first 6 are easy, the next 6, the middle 6 are medium, the last 6 are hard. We did the easy ones yesterday, all the ones that you found on page number 720, those were the easy ones in the series of 18 questions. Today we're going to do the first column, which are medium ones, beginning with question number 20. Let's take a look. When a government agency encouraged the use of high-grade recycled office paper, when a government agency encouraged something, they help to increase something else. That is how the sentence reads as far as we are concerned. As I always remind you, the purpose of this exercise is for us to do, the reason why we are doing this exercise is to train ourselves how to concentrate on the interesting bits and leave out the boring bits. That's it. As far as we are concerned, this is what the sentence reads. The sentence reads, when a government agency encouraged something, this is something, S-T-P-T, encourage something, they help to increase something else. Who is they? This pronoun refers to what? This pronoun has to refer to the subject of the sentence. What is the subject of the sentence? The subject of the sentence here is a agency. Let's forget this part here. The subject of the sentence is a agency. One agency. One agency. What should be the pronoun for singular? This agency encouraged something. It should say when. I left out the word when, didn't I? Oh, the when actually appears in the beginning. When a government agency encouraged something, not they, it's an agency, it's one, only one agency, it should be it. The pronoun that we need here to refer to our subject of the sentence, which is a agency, rather an agency, only one agency, therefore it encouraged, not they. It cannot be they, it's only one agency. It encouraged something else. In this case, it encouraged the increase of availability of writing paper and envelopes made from recycled paper. All of that there is just to confuse you. All of that there is to distract you from the fact that the subject does not agree with the subject, the pronoun that is employed here is not of the proper form. The pronoun is singular, pronoun is plural, where the subject of the sentence is singular. The problem here is singular subject, plural pronoun. The subject here is singular pronoun. Number 4. If you start out with a singular subject, the pronoun that it takes has to be of the singular form. And if you have a plural pronoun, it has to have plural. If the subject of the sentence is plural, it has to have plural pronoun. Boys came and he sang. Well, it's boys with an S. Boys came. Well, boys, if it's boys, that's the subject of the sentence. Boys, plural, came and he sang. No, this he, the pronoun, has to agree with the subject, which is plural. Boys came and they sang. This has to be in the plural form. Whereas in this question that we just finished, it was just the other way around. They used the plural form when in fact it needed only singular form, because we're talking about agency, it should be it. We're talking about one agency, it should be it. Number 21. Malaria a disease which has been almost completely eradicated in the US is still a threat. Malaria is still a threat. Is not underlined. Malaria is still a threat of travelers. That's it. As far as we are concerned, this is the sentence. The rest of the stuff that you see in the sentence is purely there to fill up space, to confuse you, to distract you from what actually is the problem in the sentence. Do you see a problem here? The problem in this sentence has to do with what is known as idioms. And as I always remind you, idioms are very difficult for non-native speakers to master, because they sometimes have no rhythm or rhyme to it. You simply have to know them. You either know them or you don't. The expression here is, malaria is a threat not of travelers. It's not a threat of travelers. It's a threat to travelers. Malaria is still a threat to travelers in some foreign countries. Even though it has been eradicated completely in the US, the sentence goes on to say that it still is a threat to travelers in foreign countries, not of travelers. The answer is C. Next one. If I'm reading editorial correct, if I am reading it correct, the mayor is deliberately avoiding any discussions of the tax reform bill until after November elections. Let's keep it simple. If I'm reading it correct, the mayor is a moron. What's wrong with this sentence? If I'm reading it correctly, we need an adverb. If I'm reading it correctly. If I'm reading the editorial correctly, if I'm reading, instead of it here, it should be the editorial. The pronoun it here was referring to the editorial. If I'm reading the editorial correctly, not correct, correctly, because you're telling me how you're reading it. Reading is the verb here, reading is our verb here, and this part is telling us how you're reading it. And something that tells us about the verb, something that adds some information to the verb, is called adverb. And adverb is correctly. If I'm reading the editorial correctly, the mayor is a moron. And the answer is B. Number 23. Leave out all the rest. You understand? All the rest is not important here. Just concentrate on what really applies here. The Indians take justifiable pride in their traditional craft of basket weaving. Now let's talk about it. The Indian take pride in their, this is Indians, which is plural. Indians, plural. The Indians take, which is why it says take and not takes. The Indians take pride in their craft of basket weaving. Don't think Indian ever weave basketball. Don't ask me what it means. I have no idea what the hell it means to go around weaving basketball. Not basketball, but rather basket weaving. What's wrong with this sentence, the way it's written? Let's fix this, shall we? Let's fix this sentence. Let's see what's wrong with it. The Indians take pride in their craft. Take pride in. Pride in, again, it has to do with idiom. Is there something wrong with it to take pride in something? There is nothing wrong with it. This sentence is fine the way it is. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this sentence. Let's move on. Let's see how it goes on to finish. How it goes on to finish. The Indians take justifiable pride in the traditional craft of basket weaving art that has brought them fame throughout the Southwest. That has brought them fame throughout the entire region. This sentence is perfectly fine. It doesn't need any improvement. It doesn't need any fixing. The answer is E. It has brought them justifiably fame. It has brought them fame, rather. Justifiable fame, you could say, or as they say it has brought them fame throughout the entire region. One more time. The Indians of South Arizona, I believe it's pronounced, the Indians take justifiable pride in their traditional craft of basket weaving that has brought them fame throughout the entire region. It's fine the way it is. Number 24. Sometimes I make changes here and there in the sentence because I'm lazy, you understand? The record left by fossils and then the rest of the stuff that appears between the comma, the ancient remains of plants and animals, that the stuff that appears in between the comma, just ignore all of that, provide scientists something with their primary source of information about prehistoric life. That something is the primary source of information about the historic life. Let's concentrate on this sentence here and let's leave out this part here. So now the sentence reads, the record left by fossils provide scientists with something. What is the subject of this sentence? The subject of this sentence is the record. The record, as you can see here, is singular. The subject of this sentence is singular. The record, let's ignore that part also, and now it reads, the record provide. No, not provide, it is singular. The record provides. It should read, the record provides scientists with something. We need an S here because it's a singular subject of the sentence is singular, therefore it needs to have a form of the verb that agrees with the singularity, the singularness rather, of the subject. The word singularity has a different meaning. The problem here is that the subject is singular, the verb is not in the proper form. It's a singular plural pronoun. A singular plural problem rather. Let's do one more like this. How about this one? Your record are poor. Your record are poor. No, your record is poor. Your record is poor, not our. Record is singular, one record. Your record, as you can see there without the S. The same thing is going on here. The record left by the fossil provides scientists with information. Not provide rather, but provides. That was the end of it. Tomorrow we'll do the second column, which are the hard questions of the in the series of 18 questions. In the second column, number 25 through 29, we'll do those tomorrow. Okay? Bye now.